What's up, what's up, everybody? It is time again for another stream. And as the title was already should be saying, I will be sculpting on a face, which I have done before, but failed at. So let's hope I somehow magically got better at that, because it was a while ago, so I might have, yeah, figured out. Anyways. Yeah, first of all, I need to double check everything, but don't you worry, that won't take long. This is done, that's good. I just need to get on my thing. Why is it not directly going out to this one? Yes, now it is. Okay. And I need to go here on the stream. I put the sound off. I put the quality onto the lowest it can be so it doesn't suck up all that. Here too. But live is good. And here it should also be live. Yeah. Okay. And in it to win it now. So I put this down, I put this here, I open up Blender. I go with this, and it opens up very quickly because I've not been doing much on it yet, and it's not very high poly, unlike my other stuff. And why am I sitting on a pillow on my jacket? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, pen in hand, tablet in hand, and let's do this. So, yeah. I modified a little bit some stuff, but really nothing to make a huge difference. I feel like work needs on this area, but I'm gonna do that some other time. So I can remove that for now. There, okay. So, since I want to make a default face, I'm gonna need to basically think of a different way of how I want to do this, because I want to be able to change it properly, which means that it doesn't need to, wait a second, it doesn't need to have like the perfect like, or type, like this is a specific type of person face. It needs to be a face that works for what I need to change it yet. Which basically means I want to actually, I go here, I solid view, and basically I'll first of all add some eyes so that I know like the size I want, which is, let me just add some eyes. I do icospheres that I then add like a few more subdivisions on, and then I need to shade smooth, and then I scale down all the way down. And that I want to be approximately eye-sized. How big I want my eyes is another question, because I do want a kind of anime style, but I also do not want it to be like full, like, bug-eyed anime. Yeah, that makes sense, what I'm saying, right? Yes, it does. So, like, that works, but maybe... Also, like, I need to think where I want, like, the rest of it to go. This does fit for eyes, I think. Let me add a mirror thing just so that I... why does it not mirror it? Oh, wait, does it mirror? No. Mirror by this object, okay. So, yeah. I basically need to figure out where I want that. I feel like that's a bit too close together. I know why, but for some reason this just reminds me of tabs. No, what was it? Wait. It was tabs. What did it mean? Technically accurate battle simulator, or I don't remember what the T was for, but something accurate simulator, battle simulator. Ooh, sorry for the burps. Just had dinner. Nice. Okay. Let me look up what an anime or arcane base, since I am kind of taking inspiration from that. It is fairly far, a bit farther. Wait. It's like this approximately, which does make a bit sense. Okay, I just move it a little bit in. Just there you can see what needs to be worked on. Basically, eyes do not look like that. They do not look outward. They look frontwards. So I need to shape it so that it does. For that, I select this, sculpt, and I do it very simply. I will just move this a little bit further back, and this a bit further front, if it wants to cooperate. I'm probably moving this a little bit and a little bit further that way. I do have the kind of orbital bone, let's say. So yeah, I can work with that. Worst case, if this doesn't work for the entire stream, then I change my way of making this stuff. Wait. I better do it with the clay buildup, because that's more my kinda. There's a cheekbone, there is the orbital thing, eyebrow bones, and nose. Let me make the nose a little bit more prominent. That's way too much, but it's fine because I can just smooth it out a bit. I don't know why he turned Greek all of a sudden, but I just do this, I remesh, and I smooth it all out now a bit. That's something. This a bit further in, just so that it gets the nose shaped stuff. A bit here, a bit smoothing, and it's a bit too much. Remesh. I feel like the smoothing there is going a bit too much. Okay. It froze. No, it's just not detecting my... What the... It's detecting both? They swapped positions? The fuck? Okay, wait. Okay. That was weird, but I also want to... wait, yeah, that's what I should have been doing, but... Save incremental. Oh, okay, it does. Thank God. Why do... Why? Wasn't this the thing that opens that? Why? I plug out, plug in my screen again. And now it's not clicking anything there, but this is, I'm guessing. No, this is... Okay. Why is it not reacting on anything that's on my first screen? Huh. That's weird. It is now... What happens if I move this here? Now I can move that there. Okay, let me just get out of Blender. Does it now? Sorry for the disturbance. This has not happened to me before. It's peculiar to say the least. Cables was nice. So this one is out, put it back in. Now here. Now. Okay, that was really weird. Sorry. That was not planned. I don't know why I would have planned it if I did, but I feel the need to say that it was unplanned. Okay. That was really weird. Okay. Let me do it like this, so that way I build out. I probably need to reduce the radius of this just to make sure that there is a line. This looks like a horror thing, but it will look better, I promise. That's not the brush I want. I want this brush. So let me. Okay. Wait, the microsphere. What is stuff? Let me see. Okay. I'm building up an island, an island, an island. Make it small and it's really nice. I need to make the stuff higher. That works, I think. And let's bring this out a bit. Bring this like that, so that it at least kind of matches the way a face would. That's lumpy as hell, so I'm gonna just this looks like Spider-Man a bit. I did not plan for that, but it does. How much is it inside of the eye? Quite a bit. Let me move this out, this out. Is it not? I don't know. Okay. That far out. That I think works. Okay, and now back to this brush, the clay builder. Doing the exact opposite. I'm doing clay build down. Okay, I do not want this like cartoony style now, so let's just do this and let's move this out a bit. Let me think, how did I imagine his nose to look like? That looks like a beak. Let me just... It works, I think. I just feel like the symmetry on this is not really symmetry. Okay. Let me look. I'll probably symmetrize it once I get to that. But anyways, I kind of want this, so let me... just... I kind of... Okay, that didn't help. Let me R. What does that do? Oh, it does the same exact thing. I know what I dislike about this. He doesn't have a chin. He looks like one of those things. That's not things, people with that type of face, which just is not how I want this face to look. Let me just think, how can I just move this all a little bit further back? I probably need to move these a little bit further back for that. That's not who I wanted. Okay. Then select him. Go with this. Hey, there's really no one checked in on the stream. Yeah. I did have 2 views. Okay. Interesting. So I really dislike that. I do not like when it does that. Please, like this. Okay, wait, actually. If it does it like that. It takes a while, but if I smooth this out, it is kind of what I need from it. So that's good for me. It might be a little bit too much detail to work with, but I can work with it, at least. I think that might actually be the size that I need it to be. Whoa, okay. Okay, so this is clearly too much of a thing. Let me like this. If I remesh like that, that should work better, right? Nope, it's still very intense. Let me look at that. Okay, it's a little bit faceted, but... Oh, okay. Okay, that's not enough. 8. No. 7. That I can work with, I think. Upper lip is alright. The lower lip looks like ass. Let me... Okay. Truth be told, I feel like it's ruining just the bottom lip every single time. But anyways, I should probably also be taking care that it... I don't want it that the mouth is flat leveled. I like it like this. Maybe. But this looks like a face. Kind of. I just want a little bit of a chin still. Here. Well, this. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I can deal with that. I think I can deal with that. So that's fine. I do not want it to flatten that. Okay. Remake. And then just flatten this out a little. An itsy bitsy bit. That looks like a face, I think. I'll say it does. Yeah. Now I just refine a little bit of the features. I want a bit more of a brow. These can be a bit here. Orbital thing. Bit of a cheekbone. Jawbone here. That should be a bit smoother, but yeah, this works. I smooth this out a bit. Smooth this out a bit better. And what's up, Mako? Sorry for the late reply. I hope you're doing well. I was blind for a few seconds, that's why I didn't see. Yeah. So how are you doing? So if this is the bone, then what's up, Chefy? Perfect timing. You have to try out Zone Zero. It's the new soya version, and I love it so much. For it. It's different than to the others. It's awesome. I can look into it for what's it called? Saturday, because I do plan on doing my gaming streams again. But I must honestly say you sound like an ad in like one of those bots in the stream. But lucky for you, I know you're not a bot. I'm good too. I haven't done much on him. I did like a few tweaks on him and the thing. But yeah, I'm working now on the face. I just feel like yeah, I feel like something's off. I think it's the nose, but I don't know how to fix it. It looks like a nose, but not a good one. Could be that I just need to... Wait a second. If I make it a little smaller, the brush. Go like this. I go in with this and here. That should work. I can't wait for tomorrow's yeah, the judging stream of this stuff will be cool. And a bit far away from each other. The far away I can admit. The big I mainly did because I'm kind of trying a toony / anime look, so I will see on the size. Any I could... Yeah, I should probably... Okay, that's way too small. I need to make this bigger. That's way too big. Now let me zoom in. Also, the eyes like reach all the way around, which is like not what eyes do. Yeah. I not famously, but like I'm not that good at making regular human faces. I have made monster faces. I have made failed human faces, but I have not made actual working human faces. That looks more like a human face. I read quickly for a second. There. And I can smooth it a bit. This, I move this down, this a bit up, and that, right, is a pretty alright eye, I think. Okay. Da, da, da. I'm just smoothing that out. I'm either way gonna need to retopo this all, so that's yeah. I want this and just there. That actually might have helped it. I give it a little bit. Not that much because it's still not a photorealistic character, but who says it doesn't help? There, that kind of works. I feel like here it's just too much of a smooth plane. There. Okay. Yeah, that. Yeah. The thing is, when I flatten the nose a bit and make it like less pointy, it just looks a little bit smooshed, which like it basically is then. And it's like, yeah, I'll figure it out. It's either way not like the finished model, it's the template all coming that I make for my series, so yeah. I just want to make this a bit more. Do technically that I should have. Wait. Did it remesh? Yes, it did. Okay. Here's the thing. And let me just. That should work a bit. Okay. Here a bit and make it closed. Okay, it's not closed. Good. And okay. Yeah. I'm gonna say this works kinda. Like yeah, the mouth I know needs work. Because like if I make it too wide, it looks a bit like spread. If I make it too small, like it is right now, it's just like this looks weird. And yeah. Just make it a little bit more like this. It looks like an alien, to be honest. Okay. But that kinda made the face a bit more prominent, at least. It's not like a small face stuck inside a huge head. So maybe if I make this a bit. Now the lower lip looks fine, but the upper lip looks wrong. So in for that because it's the lower lip, which basically is getting the thing. That works. I just say that works. I'm gonna make ears now. First of all, now, how do I want to make the ears? Because I do want it to still be cartoony, so I'm not gonna make like a full detailed ear. I probably am just gonna make the outer ear and like a middle ear-ish thing. Like the outer ear, earlobe, and like a swoop that goes slightly in the ear. That I think makes the most sense. What time is it? Oh, already an hour. Yeah. But yeah. What have you guys been up to? Anything interesting? Anything CG cooly stuff? Okay. If I have to show, there are like three. I know, random question, but do you speak any other languages beside English and German? No, not really. I know a little bit of Latin because that was in school, but like Abite Malam Rem, the most I know. Uh, I do not know good Spanish. I know like a little bit, uh, but like very, very little. I like a month ago was learning Japanese, but I, in the moment, stopped it because the Rampage rally just took up that much time, and I didn't have the like 5 minutes a day to do the stuff because I was doing other stuff, and then doctor stuff came up, and yeah, I've lost track of that. Otherwise, no. I do know Little Jacques in Chinese, though. That's a skill I still have from kindergarten. Should I make... I'm feeling like I can't. Either I have the jaw here, and I get a little bit rid of this area, or I have the jaw here, and nah, that would be too far behind, so I need to shift the jaw part a bit more to be here and here. That way, when I do this, that should get a bit of that cleared up, and I get rid a little bit of this area here. I still do not want that far out. I just move that a bit in. So now I have the jaw a bit more centered, and let's see, move this a bit, because we do kind of have like, we have jaw going actually like this, ear at the thing, and then like bone but empty space. So like, let me see. If I decided my stuff was here, my ear would be around. Why is this? Why is it so elongated? Ah, because it's okay. Yeah. My ear would be around here. A little bit further in front. And here. That's my ear. It goes a bit around like that. And like this, I think is fine. It has the... yeah. Okay. It has the makings of a man. Okay. Let me see now how I make the... Let me see. There was... just this, grab silhouette, grab 2D, grab, let me try elastic snake hook for the ear bit. Yeah. maybe not that far in front, because that's exactly not where. Okay. Okay, I do go back to the move stuff because I also need these things. Let me a remesh element there, there. It's still a bit far back. Let me move just. This dude. Okay. I do not want him like a monkey. Let me use the regular grab tool because I remember that was helpful before when I tried making ears and things. So yeah, if I just get a little bit rounded, a little bit further back, where I can also I bring this a little bit further in because it's an ear, not a swelling thing. And let me have the it is an elf, yeah. Soon that will change, hopefully. I need to bring this up a bit more like that, this a bit more like this, but still. From behind, it looks like an ear. That's something, at least. It looks like an ear from behind. Let me see. Okay. If it looks like an ear from behind, I can make it look like an ear from the front too. So there. Okay. Still looks like an ear from behind, just looks a little bit awkward from the front. Maybe the ear's also a little bit too small. How big is it? And ears. Huh. Ears are lower. That might be what's tipping me off. Let me look at enemy faces. Enemy. How do you see it? ears. Yeah, also no. Good that I looked it up. I would have been wondering just the whole time what the frick is wrong with my stuff. So, I go from the front, from the side view. I take this and I want to all of it down. Let me see. Now it doesn't look that much like, now it looks way more like an elf ear, so I'm gonna like this a bit, remesh. Okay, that should. Ear side. It's way more open. So I need to basically turn this a bit outwards. Let me think of how I do that. Let me just. A little bit further out, a bit of smoothing around. And let me move this middle ear further like that. Let me move this here. Where was the? Let me use this basically to just draw in a bit more. That. Shit. Put this a bit in, just maybe not like that, but mesh it. And I just want to bring out a bit of this shit quickly, just so that I get a sense of that. Let me move this a bit. Okay, that. Wait a second. That will work. Maybe. This part, I need to work on this part. This part, ironically, looks alright. Let me just move this a bit. How can I model an ear from behind better than from the front? Okay. I kind of want this to be more inflated. Maybe. This one, I guess inflation. Okay, yeah, that does actually do what I want. Just need a bit thicker of an outer line here. Yeah, just like that. A little bit smoothing, never hurt nobody. Why is that such a realistic ear on a cartoony pig I'm trying to make? Let me put it down, get the grab thing. This. Just this a bit, and that's my ear, I think. I have the fleshy bit kind of strong up here, smoothen it from the side. It looks a little off. Let me get this, and like this. Let me move this a bit down, just a little bit more like this. Yeah, I think that works. I just still have to this a bit more prominent again, because I want it to be one of the features. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys actually hear my computer? No. Damn, I have actually a good thing on it. Limiter on it. So. Do 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 do. Doobie 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 doob a doobie doobie doob. Agent P. Okay. So, I might do just like a little bit of this. So that it still has like the depth an ear has. Let me see. It's way too much like a, what's it called? It's way too much like monkey ears. That's the hard thing on ears. You need to make them still work and be visible enough without that they are like disruptive to the face shape, which is like a weird thing for ears. That's not what I wanted. This, and I just Make this entire thing a little bit more loby. Yeah. Agent PP. Agent Perry the Platypus. I think that's enough. A basic ear. You see it's an ear. You see it from one side, not the other. It's visible from the front, but not too much. Visible from the side, but also not too much. That's a decent ass ear. For the fact that usually my faces look horrible, this is actually not a bad face. Yeah. Okay. I'll say this is a good default head. Yeah. I will say it is. It might not be, but I will say it is. I feel like I'm missing it, the flow together of these parts, because these parts usually run a little bit together. Not fully, otherwise it looks like just a ridge, but like, yeah. Like, ironically, I wasn't going for realism, but it looks like a face. So I say that's good. The style will come from the shading, I think, more. Yeah. There's a bit weird stuff here because it's not smoothed out properly. I don't need to worry about it much because during the retopo that will kind of go away. I just... Oh, that's big brush. Let me just make sure that it's... Yeah, that's my face. Yeah. Body is alright, that I did last time. The feet I'm not gonna touch because... Bro. Ah, that's fine, okay. Wait a second. I just... Boop, 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 boop. Where is it? Okay. Let me... I do fiddle with the feet a bit. Let me see. Here. Here. Thing. Smooth this area a bit. Like that. Those look like socks. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Now I need to think of how I make the fingers and thumb, because that is where it's a bit problematic. Because I would hard surface this, and I would just make like a cylinder and thing, but I have out of experience seen how that does not work. So let me just try making somehow modeling a proper thing. I guess I can also use the snake thing tool, this one, to just like take a thing and like, that actually did do quite a decent job at, like, if I do this, just snake this out a bit. It's of course not round enough, and that didn't do exactly what I wanted. Let me first grab this and make it a bit more I'd say flat, but I don't want it actually flat. I just want it a bit more to keep the shape of a. Like when we look at our hands like this, it's like flat here, but like bump, smaller bump, and then finger bumps. But like the finger bumps are technically on both sides, but like there's a smaller bump here and a bigger bump here, and that's basically the thumb muscle. So I kind of need to make that. And like these are just mittens essentially right now. So let us do it a bit weirdly. I thought I pressed shift there. I didn't press shift there. Let me smooth it out. I might be going a bit of a roundabout way to get to where I want, but I will get to where I want. So. Do. Let me this a bit more like that. That should be all right. Let's this part a bit more there. I want this part out. I think I have a hand that goes to the first knuckle, essentially, when I have it flat. So let me see. If I make my thing, if I have the first knuckle here, then this needs to be way further out. Like a bit squarish. A bit squarish, yes. And let me see this squilled animal go faster than the speed of sound. Okay. If you don't get the reference, I don't blame you. It's, I don't know how. He's probably not. He is probably well known, actually. The guy who, the brain of the person who created whatever stuff, and then Sonic. No, he shall go faster than the speed of sound, making a sonic boom. My God. That's, yeah. Let's maybe not do those last bits, because I kind of just want it flat. If the thumb muscle is there, I put the palm to be here. It kind of is going in the right direction. I think what I know that actually would make sense. If I do a retopo and then if I did a retopo, then I could add. But if I did a retopo and I needed to rescale all of the stuff, that would be kind of bad. But it would still be faster than if I needed to retopo every single model that I would make for this stuff. So I probably will retopo this so that I have a basis retopo essentially, and then yeah, that's probably my smartest move going forward. It's starting to have a silhouette of a hand. Let me just look at it from thing. I want it as straight as possible outwards. It is going as straight as possible outwards. That's good. Very well, very, very well. Whoa, I didn't do that. I do not know. And let me use the clay thing to get a little bit the fingers out of this more. Let me first of all make this a bit smaller so I don't need to zoom in every time I second. Okay. Do this quickly to kind of get the palm area better. I smooth these out a bit that way. Let me see. Okay, that's not too much out. Just do a bit of smoothing. Let me move these in. I know it's a pinky, so it should be still smaller than the others, but I do not want it to be beside a massive finger. So let me do it like, maybe not like that. Like that should be enough. Smooth it out. Beside finger like that, which I kind of need to think of how I do the in-between spaces. Also because I want them kind of straight at least. And since the knuckles are gonna be there, let me... Yeah, that kind of works. Remesh that. Okay, I filled that one back up a bit. Then this also. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a retopo and then base my meshes off of the retopo, because otherwise that could cause major problems later on if I didn't. Let me see what I do here. Okay, so it's starting to look more hand-like. Excellent. Retopo, remesh, not retopo. I'm stupid. I say the wrong word. This, I do like that, and like this, and this like this too. Is there a thing that cuts out? Trim. Pushes surface inwards towards unlock direction. Definitely. No. Fill deepen. Pushes surface. No. Let me put this. Draw sharp. Okay. Let me actually see what would happen if I turn this into wireframe and I just let me do that here because doing that here makes no sense. So wait a second, did I? That's fine. That's fine. Here. So if I go into edit mode, do not select every single vertex that exists in this. Okay, it didn't. I thought it was still loading. Good that it didn't. Let me do it from this angle. That way I'm not interfering with any of the existing stuff on the other side. But I cannot do an upside down thing on that. Nope, wrong button. Edit, redo. Okay. That's not what I pressed at all. Okay. Can I add a little bit of tilt? Actually, wait, I know there's a lasso too, right? Lasso, yes. Let me do it like this. Okay, and let's not select this. Or this and this. That should be alright. Now let me delete these vertices. Yeah. And when I remesh, it should fill up the thing later. So let me go here and just X vertices. Okay. Actually, let me save this. And I should probably that one Control Alt. Control Alt. Let's no, let's think that's all right. It's not 100% going with what I had before. I might. Because like here it did it. Here I need to make it. Nope, that's a bit too much there. So I need to do it a bit more in this thing. That kind of does it, but there are a few more vertices that are just, yeah, right here, kind of. Yes, I think those are good. So those get the thing. I go back into sculpting. That means they're deleted there, and they're deleted on the other side too, right? No, not right. I will kind of need to split it either way, so which will probably be next stream. But yeah, well, the stream after that, because or I do it in my own time, and yeah, because next stream will be okay. Poking holes in it, not good. Good to know. Let me then basically alright, can I like select the I can, okay, good. Let me see if I can do this and just fill it across instead of like let me just not select these. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Why does it not? Why it did it though last time? What did I? That's not what I selected. Maybe I should do it in solid. That's probably smarter. There. Okay. That did a big chunk, at least. Yeah, it fell. Why did it not fill that area? Wait a second. It is selecting everything there. Let me merge by distance. Okay. Whoa, that was not what I intended. Let's go back. Merge by distance. Ah, that's what I jumped to. Let me do 0.01. Wait, why did it now? No, fill. That's how you fill. How to do so? Outer edge input. Not everything. Edge. Edge select mode, selection menu, oops, boundary. Select. Wait. Select loops. Select boundary. Didn't do any difference. Okay. Then. No, that doesn't help me in the slightest. Not what I selected. This is boring. I just realized this looks like the one older game. I forget what it's called. The one that's not Tetris. Oh my god, why is it only doing small ones? Like, I know why it's doing small ones, I just dislike that it's doing small ones. I'll fail. That must work for now. Hmm. I should probably just, to be sure, I want to select all of these. Wait, maybe for that I can use wireframe better, because then I can just select all of this. I probably should do the same with this, that I then merge by distance. Yeah, that should work in my favor, right? Wait a second. Does it? Whoa. That's not what I wanted. Okay, this has the stuff. This has all of the stuff. Correct? Yes. So by distance, and I make by 0, 1. Let me just do 0, 1 for first thing to see. Just did it just get rid of an entire face because of that? That's interesting choice. That's a very interesting choice. Let me use it to select points instead. And I just want to merge by distance. And let me do 0, 5. Instead. That way, that does did keep that, just there are some open holes that I vehemently dislike. As well as some open vertices that I also dislike. Let me merge this with this. Merge at center just. Okay, good. Merge at center. Merge at center. Merge at center. Merge at center. Yeah, that should be fine, I think. Oh, okay, and let's go back to thing, and this, and I see a few strays. That should be good. And let me just see. Does it work? Did I do this? Did this? That does work. But it doesn't select all the outermost faces. It just selects the faces that cause it. That's not what I'm interested in the slightest. Whoa, okay, nope. Okay. Whoa. Hell no. There. Let's just say that works. Fill, please. Thank you. Okay. Let me. That's not what. Wait a second. What's. Is that just a lone face? Yes. It somehow was. Okay. That should be good. Let's hope it works. A remesh. It remeshed. And it worked. It worked. Frick yeah. It made it a bit here. Hey, I'm fine with that. I can deal with that. Here. There. There and there. Okay, we have 4 fingers and a mesh. And we have an hour approximately to make these fingers look good. Let's see if we can do it. And I did not want that to be moved. Let's look. Let's have a look. See this. Okay, let me see. Ooh, those are some fat fingers. Let me try to slim them down a bit like that. They're definitely a bit slimmer. Let me get my grab thing here and just select this part and pull it up further. I should pull it up way further actually, because it needs to have a knuckle. Let me mesh there. Let me move this a bit here. Let me move the fingies a bit apart there. Mesh there. That's better. Here a bit. Mesh. Okay. We've got 4 fingers, approximately same length, approximately same size. I just smooth them out a bit. Okay, maybe that was a bit much, but I can use the inflate stuff to bring it all a bit back. Let me mesh. Make sure this is nice and rounded, like an actual fingertip, not like some weird abomination. Whoa, I made the leg completely bad. Break. I do not know why I did that, so I do not want to deal with it. Do that. Let me just smooth it out. That didn't ruin the leg. Thank God. Might have even added a bit depth to it. Wait. Let me see this at a higher bitrate. Yeah, higher bitrate. It works. Yeah. Okay. That's not good. At all. Okay. Let me maybe just. Okay, can I? Yes. Wait. Yes, that I have all the necessary stuff in. Okay, so it's basically Segment deeper, that should work. Remesh. Smoothen it a bit. And grab this part a bit to make it a bit thicker, like an actual thumb. A bit more voluminous. That actually looks decently like a thumb. It needs a little bit more length to it, but it's a thumb. Alright. Yeah, it's a thumb. No. So the muscle really just goes from does not go that far up, so let me just move this a bit here, a bit further. Here. Okay, a few of these are a bit more lateral than I want. That makes them look like claws instead of like actual finger. Like this one has a bit too little, and these have way too much. Like this is on a whole different plane of existence of compared to the others. Okay, that means can I please look at it at an angle? Yeah, this. So let's move this finger up, this finger down yet. And this one even further. Not that much, like that. Then let's make this a little bit flatter on the top for the nail. And I think I put this a bit closer up. And I smoothen a few of these out. This further in, this a little bit further out, so that it has a nice cusp. Funny word. Okay. Let me now I move this a bit back down because it's risen. Mesh, and it looks like one of my drawings as a child. Let me figure that out. So I have a thing. I have the feeling this hand might be a bit too big. I did not want to select that. Let me wait second, because that mesh can go through. I want this to be a bit closer, this to be a bit closer, and a hand does have different lengths to it, so let me make this a bit stubbier, maybe a bit more thing. Bit like that. It even has a nice wrinkle there. Let me mesh. Okay. That's okay. Let me Okay, that was a lot of lateral movement. Let's give it a bit more volume for that. A little bit more thing here. Let me give it some knuckles. A bit. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I want just a hint of hand shape. Oop. Oop. And then oop. Mm. That's a little hint of hand stuff there. And here, just a slightly bigger bump. Since it doesn't smoothly taper off into a thing, let's make here a bit of flesh so that there this more to the silhouette there. A little bit of a dip here. And that looks pretty thumb-like. Let's make this a bit more palm-like. A little bit more stuff here. We mesh. And it does fall off like halfway through here, so it shouldn't be as thick as this part, I feel. Let's do it like this, that way. All of it kind of runs together, it works as a thing, and I maybe let me push that off. Thing. Yeah. I'm realizing that the arms are a little bit rounder. That's fine. Let me just think. I kind of would like to duplicate this onto that side because this side didn't adopt the same features, sadly. But that is fine because since it's still mirrored, I should be able to go out of thing. So I should be able to, if I do wireframe, I go to edit mode, I select basically this part of the hand, Control Shift D, oh, Shift D, is it? Yeah, Shift D. Okay, I have that. Then I can't wait, because this is separate now. Yes, where is it in the thing? Wait, no, it's still part of the same thing. Okay, yeah, I'm stupid. Of course it is. So let me just select this part. Nope. Okay. Let me move it a bit to this. No. If this is, does it stay as, no. Let me separate this. Separate by selection. Come on. Okay, that's what I need. I add a mirror. Mirror by that thing. So select it and move it. There should be a second hand moving. What the hell? Ah, wait, it's an edit mode. That's why. this one. Why is that's this one needs a mirror mod. Mirror. Huh. It is not perfectly mirrored. That changes my plans. Wait. Delete. I go front view. Should I just select this, go like this, go select box. How to select of an object design view and this box select tool. Goes down the center. Side active option. Just select central vertex and wait. Click a selected vertex. Wait. Okay. There is no exact middle, sadly. Should I do it once I read top one? No, that will bother me till then. Let me shift C. That should be enough when I... Just have a symmetrical model. Mainly, I have the symmetry thing here the entire time, and it still didn't fully symmetrize at all. So, yeah. Now I need to do this. Whoopie doo. Whoopie doopie doo. Doobie doobie doo ba doobie doobie doo. Action. Wrong. Okay, first of all, I save this, then I delete all the vertices, select this, mirror it, merge on a slightly higher scale. Is it merged? Maybe slightly higher. Not that high. I can probably check it out in side view. Oh, not that high. No, not that high. Any holes? Nothing. I can just smooth out. Da, da, da. Anything here? Nope. I just need to go a little bit down the middle to make sure that everything works. So apply. Now if I go to sculpt thing and I, let's say, sculpt here, it works. Perfect. That way. And now both sides have hands. That's good. And actually, that also got rid of the thing in the middle. Nice. Sick. Okay. That is nice. I am good. I'm just tired, and I'm glad that I got most of this done. It's been a long stream. I hope you're doing well. Also, kind of my idea for the stream was face and hands. I got a face. It's not perfect, but it's good for a template for my future stuff. And I got hands that are also not perfect, but are a good template. So what I need to later do is basically transfer those stuff onto the female template and change them slightly. Because, yeah. But actually, that should work pretty well. They're luckily the same height, they're same thing, so... yeah. Let me test if it works. I just save it. That way I have this as a thing. Control Alt S so that it's a new thing, so that in case I don't need it to, or it won't, like, I will have still a version where it works. Let me see. Okay, so what I need to do for that would be somehow on both of them select exactly the head on basically exactly the vertex and then transfer it, which shouldn't be that problematic actually. If I select this and then do like 0, 0, the wrong one. I selected the wrong one. What? Oh, because it's still in this thing. So that's exactly why you do keep a duplicate. Okay. So I select this and I do 0 there. Now we see that they are essentially very different, but the main things that I need to get rid of are the head part that's thing, and that I will do. Is there a different thing? Okay. I will just select this in edit mode, and I bring it just underneath the chin, because everything should be mostly the same there. Wireframe, of course, because otherwise it won't select all of it. And I basically do a X. I remove the vertices. It's a little bit wider here, but that's fine. That probably won't be that visible. Now doing it for the hands is a different thing. That I think I select all this because let me see the underlying hand structure better. It's a bit shifted behind, but all in all, it shouldn't do that badly. I just need to deselect this because that's what I want to keep, and I delete these vertices. So now I need to select the same exact stuff just on the main version. So I go out, I go into this object mode, I select the head piece at basically the same loop. I select the hands, hopefully also at basically the same loop, which should be right around here. Wait, I didn't press shift. Okay. There. And shift, select, deselect this all, and okay, nearly. I just go a little bit over just to make sure that I have that overlapping part. Ooh. I'm cutting it very close always, somehow. That's too big. That might work. Okay. Now I shift D this. It should now be, yes, a separate thing. And I separate it by selection. So I do not need the male body anymore. I just have the female body and the hands. How is the hands matching more here than it is here? I have no idea. Doesn't matter for now. I can later on mirror it. But that I would want from the inverted thing, because one side matches, the other side doesn't. Okay, that's gonna be interesting on how I do that. I have still some time, so I just select both of these, Control J, so that they match, or that they merge, I should say. Why did they not merge? Oh, yeah. Control J, now they're merged. I go into, in theory, actually, since they are overlapping, let's just say I go into sculpting and I control R. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, good. Then I go back, I go here, I do this, and I select all of it, and or wait, I should probably do it more localized. That way it's gonna cause less problems, I hope. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Nope, not that big. Just like this. Bit. Da, da, da. I deselect that. And I select this bit. Bit more. And then I should be able to merge by distance. And whoa, that's too much. Let me do 0. That actually might work all right. 0.15. It's not pretty on this side, but it should be decent on this. It works, it matches. And here, how does it look here? It somehow didn't match those. But that's fine, I can. I can sculpt to make that one work a bit better. I do a grab and I just that I need to do a bit more, but this seems to not have any holes. That's good. This also doesn't seem to have any holes, so I just need to tweak that a bit. I can do that here if I select it like this and I make them merge by distance just a tad bit bigger. That's closer already. Ooh, wait, it's causing more holes than I wanted. Wait, no, those holes existed before. Okay. Let me just... Whoa, okay, wait. I'm confused. Okay. I think that can work. Let me see by solid view. Okay, there are a few holes yet that I can fix up. Otherwise, it should be working all right. That's a bit weird because not many of these are working the way they should. This and this I can get rid of if I select. Nope. Let me see if when I fill there it works. Okay. Okay, that's empty thing. That's not empty. There are some empty ones. If I select this and fill, that fills that. If I select, that's not a thing. That's just it's overlapping. Okay, is there any more? That might be a whole view frame selected. If I move this around, nope, it's not a hole. Okay, good. So, presumably, if I did this now correct, I should be able to remesh. There is still a hole somewhere. Okay, good to know. Oh, if there is a hole, it should show that way. There was a hole, and there is a hole. Is that a hole in the original thing? That's weird, because that one specifically didn't have any. That would be fine. That's not a hole, that's just a thing for the remesh to fix. Let me go here and here, select this, this, this. Wait a second. But that's not a hole. It's just really weird topology, actually. Let's delete the face here, the face here. Okay, and let's move this up a bit. And now select this and fill it. Good. That's not done with. Let's remove the edge only. Okay, that gives us context to what that is. Okay. X edge and select this, fill. Mm-hmm. Actually, let me do this instead, because okay, maybe not like that, because that wasn't what I wanted. Let me do this and this and delete the faces. Let me select this and fill it. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba. This is so many things just connected to one vertex. Okay. And that's not what I wanted. What the hell? Okay. This should all be one thing now, which means that if I try to reach it, it still has holes somewhere, but it's not around the neck. That I know for sure. I'm thinking it might be around here somewhere. Yeah, there are a few things that are not matching up. Let me check here. Okay, let me go back on my thing here. Okay. Actually, when I do the remesh, there should be preserve. What happens when I do this? Is it just doing a lot of calculation and not much else? Whoa, okay. So it turns white. Okay. So that didn't work. And I didn't save since the thing. But that's fine. I think I'm gonna end the stream here because I have nothing better to add to it. So, that was fun. That was interesting. I got actually quite a lot of stuff done. I just need to make the stuff and retopo in the next stream, I think. in the next modeling stream. Yeah. This gaming stream will be on Saturday. Whoa, I'm excited for that. But yeah, otherwise I think that's actually quite good. Time-wise, like 3 hours. I got a face, I got a hand, I mirrored the hand, I tried to mirror the head and thing onto the other stuff, but it didn't work. I can always kind of like do some changes to the thing and just, yeah. That will work, I think. So, I hope you enjoyed.